Hello guys, welcome to another episode, and today we're going to be showing you guys how to set up your Fivem server and how to get in it. So first what you need to do is you need to search up Fivem server artifacts. You're going to go ahead and find that, hit that, then you're going to download the latest version, which would be 3.1689. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to want to create a folder, right? Whatever your server name is. So I'm making a new server called San Andreas Roleplay. So you're going to name it that. Make sure you put it somewhere where you can remember. Yes, my desktop is messy. Don't fight me on it. Okay. So then it should be an empty folder, right? We're going to pop this up. So now with the download you just installed, you're going to want to grab, so with the thing you just installed, so you're going to go ahead and install it. Right. You go ahead and simply make sure you have this with WinRAR, by the way. It will not work. I recommend you using this with WinRAR. What you're going to do is you're going to copy everything you see here, drag and drop this in here. Yep, you heard me. You want to drag and drop this. Okay. And then once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to go ahead and hit this FX server. Go ahead and launch that. Then it's going to take a bit to launch up. So launch up for you. So while you wait for that, everything you see here I have to fix. I have to download myself. So what you're gonna do is when it fully starts up, you're gonna see something like this. You're gonna want to put in your server name. So I'm gonna put mine as San Andreas Roleplay. I'll just put it as San Andreas RP because I can't put it as San Andreas Roleplay. Then you're gonna see this. You're gonna see popular recipes, existing server data, remote URL template, and custom template. You're gonna want to hit the thing that says popular recipes. Okay. Depending on what the server you're looking for, I would always recommend QB-Core. So you're gonna go ahead and hit that. Hit save. Hey, go to recipe deployer. This is normal. Just ignore this. Hit next. Then hit cfx.re portal. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and you're going to make a key. It can be whatever. I'll just put this as test. I'm gonna copy the key. You're then going to paste it in here. Hit run recipe. Then it will run the recipe. This does take a little while, so I would recommend that you getting some popcorn or something while we wait. Or doing something, because this will take a bit. It's basically just installing custom scripts in for you, so you don't have to do it. So it just gives you nice little custom QB-Core scripts already in there for you, so you don't have to do anything. Alrighty. This will take a while, like I said. So you may want to, this will take a bit. And just for just for fun, I'm just gonna completely rebuild the server. By the end of this series, you will have a fully complete and set up Fivem server. In this episode, we're just mainly teaching you what you can do with QB core and stuff. So this will take a bit. Like I said, just go ahead and wait for that. By the way, just so you guys are aware, if you ever stop running this thing on your desktop, the server will shut off. So make sure you are running this at all times when you are, um, you know, doing it. So make sure that is running at all times, okay? In this episode, we're also going to go over how to get your Discord bot configured and all that fun stuff to get your Discord bot working. So we're going to be covering a lot of things in this episode, so I'm going to try to put everything in a description for y'all. So while we wait, we're going to go over on how the Discord bot will work. So I will teach you step by step. So like I said, this does take a while, but when you get past this, so the way the Discord bot works, if you look in my server here, you will have a Discord bot and you can put it in a channel that you want, and I'll be showing you on how you can do that. While we wait, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my server. So, San Andreas RP, we are rebuilding our server, and this tutorial is gonna be me giving you all my resources and where I get all my resources from, so you can, go ahead and get your own resources and stuff. There is some things in here that are paid for that you do have to pay for yourself, such as the cars, the EUP, and stuff like that. So that is one thing I would be aware of. Is there's some things in here, the EUP and stuff, you have to pay for. I'm not just gonna give that out to you. So that's all. Just a disclaimer now that everything that I'm going to teach you guys in this series is going to be free, because that's just not how it works. I have so many folders. I need to clear this. Holy Lord. Well, while we wait, holy shit. So this will take, like I said, this is gonna take a bit. So, I do not recommend hitting Fivem basic server because you will basically have nothing. So, yes, I do recommend that you do not hit Fivem basic server. I really don't recommend you hitting that. So please don't hit that. Okay, I think I found. Okay, yeah, so this is my backup. Okay, we're just gonna be referring off to this, but not right now. We're only going to be installing a few things, going over a few things you need to know as a Fivem server owner. For those whose thing is already done, you go ahead and feel free to go ahead. I'm not going to be really talking about anything important. I will see you guys when it's done doing its thing. You guys can go ahead and tab out of that, or sorry, close the registration key, as we will no longer need it anymore. We will no longer need that, so you do not need to have it up. Alright, we are reaching the end of our download here. We're at 93%. I'm gonna just start talking over a few things here. That Fivem is it when you start to download more things, more stuff into your server, you will be able to do more things. So that's why it's very essential and important that you pay attention, because if you don't, you can mess up your Fivem. So very important you pay attention here. Stuck here at 93%. Yay. Another thing real quick, all MLOs and stuff are also going to be paid for as well. So all your MLOs and shit, those are all not free. Sure, you can probably find some free MLOs, but they're not going to be good. So if you want good MLOs, you're going to have to buy them. There's a disclaimer, because a lot of the MLOs that I have are paid for, so I do recommend that you pay for them, because if you don't, I can't hand out free stuff, like I said already. So, yeah. Alright, it seems we're getting past 93% because we were on that for a while. We're now at 96%. %, bro. Okay, now that we are done, we're going to go ahead and hit next. Do not touch this, considering people who are watching this should be beginners. Hit save and run server. Okay. So we're going to wait until everything's loaded up. Okay, good. Everything's loaded up now. Now, what we're going to do is, as soon as it validated, it should have brought up a folder here. It says QB Core Base, okay? That's good. Do not touch the do not touch the QB Core name. Like, don't rename it, okay? So now we're gonna hit server, right? We're gonna go ahead and hit the server right here. Hit this. Gonna hit that. Okay, so scroll down to this section right here. You may edit the following. This is up to you and how you want to edit it. So what I would like to do is, just since this is just San Andreas RP, and then you can put whatever. Make sure you get, I would get rid of the QB Core framework, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay. So, and this may look confusing to you. We're going to go over it in a second. You're going to go ahead and hit save, and then boom. Now that it's saved, now going to open Fivem, and you're going to go ahead and hit connect to whatever on LAN. Then as you see, your server should pop up. Yeah, great. I got to fix my Discord bot. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to the Discord bot in a second. Alright, so we'll get to this in a second. Okay, so once we want to go ahead and connect. Oh my god. Alright, you want to go ahead and connect. Go to get into your server for the first time. Reason why we're not immediately adding scripts in right as you started your server is because you want to make sure your server is running properly. It's always important that you run your server and you play in it for a bit before you add more stuff in. One thing you gotta learn here, you're gonna learn a lot about Fivem, is that you know that Fivem is very sensitive. Same thing if you my LSPDFR. LSPDFR is also sensitive. So when you're here, it's gonna prompt you with a plus. You're gonna go ahead and hit it. You're gonna create your character. And just name it whatever you want. You can whatever. Male. Hit create character. Then it's gonna ask where would you like to start for your apartment. It doesn't matter where, just hit any place, it doesn't matter. You got an apartment, Fantastic Plaza 17636. I wouldn't customize this if I were you, but it's really up to you. So after you have either customized your place or whatever, do /tx and hit no clip. It will let you no clip. Make sure you get familiar with this TX tab menu because we're gonna need it here. What the fuck? Why? Okay, you see them? We're glitching out over there, guys. Okay, do /tx. You're gonna type in car, and it will give you a random car every time. So you won't get the same car. With the QB core, hit B to put your seatbelt on. There comes with a custom seatbelt script. And I would just drive around the map and just see what you can explore. It comes with a phone as well. I would definitely explore, especially if you're looking for an economy-based server. QB Core is mainly for an economy base, to my knowledge. Just QB Core is the best framework for me that I personally found the most useful and helpful. It's just the best overall for my server. So as you see, you're not gonna have a lot of resources in, and that's fine for now because we're gonna be adding some more stuff. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to add some stuff. Let me go ahead and just pull in here. Just illegally park, but it's okay. We'll just show you guys around for a bit, and then we will start adding some more stuff. So if you come here onto the map, it's gonna be right here in the city. If you hit left all on him, if you hit E on him, you can get an ID card, right? Get an ID. You can also get your driver's license, okay? If you hold tab, you will see that you have an inventory, right? Okay. You could also get a certain job here. You can apply for a taxi driver, right? You know, just basic stuff you need for a good server, right? So then now if you go ahead So if you plan on having law enforcement in your server, you need to go ahead and delete some things. I'm gonna show you. What the fuck? Why are these locals glitched? Okay, so you need to head. Okay, so be careful what you delete here. So a few things you need to delete in your QB core folder. So you need to go to your QB folder, right? You need to go ahead. I'm gonna full screen this just so you guys can see. If you do not want an inventory, I would recommend disabling it because for reasons. Because Elio won't, well, it's pretty useless for Elio. I would delete this. I would also delete the QB vehicle keys. So I would delete that. I would delete the weather sync because we're not going to need that right now. And then I would also delete QB small resources, which should be here somewhere. I just don't know where. Here it is. Delete QB small resources. Alrighty. Reason why I said that is every time, like I said, every time you put in car, it gives you a random car each time. There is a custom gas script. I'll go over here and show you. For example, if you park your car, right, you go ahead and hit left shift over here. You hit get nozzle. Now, as you can pretty much guess, it's a nice little fancy gas script, right? There's plenty of more in the server that you could probably explore, but I wouldn't really bother with it. There's obviously, if you want to explore, you can. Just go ahead and pause the video, and you can come back to it later. Also, if you do C/admin, there is a admin menu. It's a pretty nice admin menu. So, yeah. Alright, so now y'all can either stay in your server or leave it, whatever you want to do. So you're gonna go here to your resources folder. You're gonna right click, hit new, hit folder. You're gonna do bracket, scripts, and then bracket. So then now you're gonna copy the name. You're gonna do right click rename, copy, then go back to this file right here. Go to back to your server CFG. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and do. You're gonna type in ensure and then paste the name that you just had and then save the file. So now anything in this file put in the scripts folder will automatically start on their own, which is good. So let's start off with, let's replace this generic old HUD with a better HUD. Let's start with that. So if you go ahead and search up simple HUD 5M, search that up, you should see this. Should be the first thing, right? So this is what I like to use. I'm not sure about you and what y'all use, but this is just what I use for my 5M server. Gonna go ahead and hit code. You're gonna hit download zip. Okay, so it will download the zip. You're gonna go ahead and open the file in WinRAR, please. Right click it, hit rename, and get rid of the main and just have it say simple HUD. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your scripts folder. You're gonna drag and drop simple HUD in like this. Okay. We're gonna download a few more things, and then that's probably the end of the episode. Now we're gonna add in a nice little EUP menu. So, EUP menu 5M. There's a really nice EUP menu for all departments. I just don't remember the name of it. It's not a bad EUP menu, guys, especially for here, EUP for 5M servers guided. Dang, I know it's here too. I know there's a free one. Here it is. I found it. Okay, so this so I will put the link. I'll put all the links here in the comments for y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and hit this link. Just download the Google Drive. It's safe, I promise. Hit download. Hit download anyway. Okay. So this will take a while to download. At least for me, because I got slow internet speed. While we do that, get download some more things in order for it to work. So what you're gonna need is NativeUI for Fivem. So make sure you put NativeUI Fivem. And then you're gonna need RageUI. Make sure you get that for Fivem. Make sure you get the version for Fivem, not not a LSPDFR. You will probably get that mixed up. Okay, so I'll give you guys the links for all of these, just so you guys have them. So first what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the RageUI, right? You're gonna go ahead and right click on it. You see RageUI master like this. You're gonna go ahead and get rid of the master. And then just may have it say RageUI, then go to your scripts folder that you just put the simple HUD in. You're going to go ahead, drag and drop the RageUI and put it in there. Alright. So now we're going to go to the native UI. You go ahead and hit download zip. You're going to open that file. You're going to go ahead. Going to go ahead and click it here, NativeUI Lua Master. NativeUI, you're going to click, so you should see menu example NativeUI. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to grab that NativeUI, drag and drop the NativeUI into the game. Okay, good. Now that the EUP is done, now we're going to show you exactly how you can do this. So what you're going to do now is, you see these EUP stream and EUP UI? You want to create a separate folder for this. We want our folders to be organized, okay? So you're going to do bracket EUP in all caps, and then bracket again. Same thing as we did earlier. We're going to go ahead and hit rename, copy the name, go into our server CFG. We're going to go ahead and type ensure and put the name in there, and then make sure you save the file. Now that is done, we're going to go back to our resources. We're going to go to EUP. We're then going to drag and drop these two files in right here. This will take a little while to install, so just give it a second. Alright, make sure you listen to this part very carefully. Unless you buy the $15 subscription for an EUP, it's not really an EUP key, but unless you buy a $15 subscription for an EUP key, you cannot get any EUP without that. So, with that being said, what you need to do is you need to go to your server CFG. You need to scroll up till you see, you can edit the following. You see SV max clients. You're going to set that to 10. This is basically how many people can join your Fivem server. This won't really affect any of you guys now, because there's not really a lot of people that are in your server right now, because you haven't even port forwarded yet. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to your place here. You're going to go ahead and restart your server. Go ahead and hit restart here. And then, yeah, go ahead and hit restart. And this, I'm going to tell you guys this. Your server will take a little longer to restart. Your server will take a long time to restart when you have a bunch of resources in, and I want you guys to be aware that is normal. When you have a lot of resources, it will take your TXadmin a while to load your resources in, which that is fine. So it's going to go ahead and say partial, so that's fine for now. When it says partial, it means the server is starting up. While you wait, like I said, this can take a bit, so you would just want to wait this out. Also, I forgot to save this. I'm such a bad role model. Make sure you save it. While we wait for this, I'm gonna show you guys a little funny, fancy trick. So if we go into FX server here, right? I'm sorry, we go to game. You go to game here. I recommend put hide admin name in punishments and hide admin name in messages. I would recommend doing that. Other than that, I think you're done. That's pretty much what I have. So now that the server's back up, we're going to try to reconnect. Remember, we just added some new things in, so you're going to see some new different things. So remember, you want to add things very slowly at a time, as you can already see the new HUD already. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to Paleto Bay just for the sakes of this. As you see, you now have a new HUD, which is displayed. Thankfully, whenever you load in, you don't have to do any configuration in the config, which it's already got it configured for you. So you can cut the AOP, so you can move the AOP any way you want. So you can do /AOP, you know. So you can put the AOP to whatever you want, area of patrol or area of play or whatever you want to call it. So yeah. So when you do try to do C/EUP, it will say you need an MP ped with EUP, which tells us that it is working. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get an MP ped. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So we're going to go ahead and you can either exit your game or do whatever again. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need so you should be back at the screen. You need to go to your resources. You go to scripts. Okay. So then in your browser, what you need to do is you need to go to vMenu, search that up, search vMenu up, go to this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and download vMenu version 3.8.22 or whatever latest version is here for you. And then you're simply going to do is just follow what I do. So what you're going to do, that's the wrong folder. What you're going to do is you're going to hit create, you're going to hit new, right click, hit new folder. You're going to do a lowercase v, uppercase M, and vMenu. And then you're going to open that folder and you're just going to, and then in the run raw download, you're going to copy everything you see there and drag it into the vMenu folder we just created. Just like that, we're done. There is a config here you can access. There's a permission CFG. I would recommend you reading over this. We recommend you do read over this. One thing I would really say that you're going to need to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom here. Scroll all the way down and delete this section in its entirety. So the voice chat options, just delete it in its entirety. You're going to go ahead and file and then save as. This will also be in the description. So what you're going to need to do, this will be in the description, so go ahead and check out the description, and the description it will be in the description. So in the description, there should be should see something that says exact at vMenu permissions config permissions.cfg. You should find that. So once you copy that and paste it, so once you have that copied and pasted, what you're going to need to do is go back. You're going to exit out. Go back to your main QB core file like this. Go to your server CFG. I put this under you may edit the following. I recommend you do the same. You're gonna hit enter here. You're gonna hit, then paste it, and then hit file, and then hit save. It should say exact at vMenu permissions config permissions.cfg. If it says that, you are good. Then what we're gonna do is we are going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and go to our resources. We're going to search up vMenu. We're going to go ahead and hit reload and refresh. You should see it hit start. Now, it may kick you out of the game. Just be careful on that. So, it didn't kick me out of the game just now. So now you will see this, right? Don't be alarmed. It says vMenu set up to ignore permissions. Ignore that for now. Okay, it will be fixed when you load back in the game. So after that, you're going to go to play related options. You're going to go to MP pet customization. Create a random MP pet. It can be whatever. I don't care. Well, it doesn't really matter. So what you're going to do is you're going to do /EUP. And as you see, it will let you access this EUP menu now. And as you see, here are the EUP outfits. They got pretty nice for every department. They're pretty nice outfits. Feel free to explore your outfits and decide what's what. They got some pretty nice outfits. So there's your EUP. Okay. And then obviously you're like, okay, well, we got a nice menu now, and we still need vehicles, right? So we're gonna be going over on how you install vehicles. It's basically the same as before. I'm gonna try not to cover everything because it's gonna be hard for me to put all this in the description, but I'm gonna try to cover some things. Okay, so we're gonna find a random vehicle pack for. I'm gonna minimize this for now. So it's the right one. Okay, good. So now you're done. You're gonna go ahead and go to resources. Then you're gonna go ahead and hit new, and then new folder, the new bracket, Leo, vehicles, and then holy, I can't spell. Leo vehicles, and then bracket again. Then you're same thing as before. Right click, rename, copy, then go to your server CFG, type ensure Leo vehicles. Hit save and then go back to that. So we're gonna go ahead and look on my recommendation is to look on lcpdfr.com and look for some vehicles. I'm not going to download one. Actually, I might just download a card pack just for fun, I guess. So I'll recommend y'all pause this here and and just find a vehicle. Okay, so now I'm assuming you found your vehicle. So now that you found your vehicle, I'm going to be showing you how to download this, okay? So, what you're going to do is you want to go into the folder we just made, right? Go to the folder we just made. Ignore what I'm doing on screen, okay? Just listen to my voice. Ignore what I'm doing on screen. So you want to grab your car pack, right? So you want to make sure it has the stream resource, Carlos, Caravisions, and handling. You want to click on that file name and see if it has it inside. Okay, so if it has that inside, you want to drag and drop them both into the game, okay? So drag and drop them in there. And then it should work. Then what you want to do, you want to go ahead and go to your resources in TXadmin. Hit reload and refresh as we did for vMenu. And then you should be able to start them. Now, what you're going to do to get the vehicle names, you need to go inside of the folder. So, for example, I'm going to go inside this one. And then one of the spawn codes are TR11VIX. So, what I would do is I would do /TX, then hit vehicle spawn and put in your vehicle spawn code. We can find the spawn codes in the stream folder. And then your vehicle is here. Your vehicle is here. If a certain vehicle has liveries, you can also customize the liveries on it. By the way, this car pack is a paid asset, so I do recommend that you do I like those cars. So this is where you store all your Leo vehicles. Make sure you keep this organized because this is really important you keep this organized. Alright, so now we're gonna go to Now we're just going to go over how you put in lights on your cars and stuff. So now what you're going to search up is you're going to search up LVC. Search that up. Search up LVC Fivem. So you should see Luxart vehicle control right here. I'm gonna hit it. God damn it. Ooh, I just said something I shouldn't have said on stream. My bad. My bad, YouTube. You go ahead and hit code and hit download zip. Download as a zip. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna right click on it as normal. Hit rename. Hit Luxart vehicle control. Make sure it just says that. You're going to go ahead, click on the folder, make sure it has all this, right? And if it has all that, you're good. So then you're going to go ahead, go to resources. This will go into your scripts. So go to resources, scripts, and then grab this Luxart vehicle control and put it in your scripts. Now what we're going to do, same thing as we've been doing, txadmin. Type in LUX and then hit start. Now, if you're in a car, it may crash your game. Okay, I forgot to do something. Okay, so in the config file, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go Luxart vehicle control. Go ahead and hit. You're gonna go ahead and hit the settings Lua file. Okay, you need to put any community ID. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything, right? So hit save, and then after you do that, restart it, and then it should then work. Invalid resource name. A little bit of momentary difficulties, I guess. Invalid resource name, C logs, contact developer. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, sorry guys. So what you want to do, instead of Luxart vehicle control, you want to have it say LVC, okay? Sorry, that was stupidity on my end. My bad, guy. I apologize in advance. That was me. Hit restart. It's going to crash your game if you're in a car. Okay, that's fine. Hey, you're going to want to just connect to your server again. If you're in a car, it's fine. As a matter of fact, restart your server. It's just better for your server instead of reloading, okay? So we're gonna get majority of your stuff fixed. One thing I forgot to mention, go back to your screen right here where you see cache, resources, my logo, server CFG, and server CFG again. Go to resources, go to QB, and then find QB HUD. You're gonna want to delete that. Okay. So delete that. And the server's already back online. So go ahead and connect to your server. You can also get custom sirens, and I will show you how to do that. You're gonna go ahead and connect to it. Like I said, when the series ends, you're gonna have at least 300 to 400 resources. So letting you know how this is gonna go. But it is gonna be a timely process. I say about 3 to 4 days it's gonna take to get us up there. Not too long, but you gotta take the precautions. It would take longer for somebody who didn't know what they were doing, but I know what I'm doing. So you're gonna make sure. It's important to make sure you load in occasionally to make sure that nothing is wrong with your server or anything like that. Just spawn at last location or wherever you want to spawn. Go ahead and spawn in a police vehicle. whatever, it doesn't matter. You could, you know, spawn in whatever. Spawn in whatever car you were. Just make sure you spawn in an emergency vehicle. Okay, now my cars aren't even spawning. Yay. Alright, so again, go back to your file name, like your, you know. What the fuck? If I keep swearing. Okay, well, for some weird reason, it doesn't want to spawn, so that's great. So as you see, LV hit Q. As you see, there's sirens, but I don't get why my emergency cars aren't wanting to work. It's okay, I guess. It didn't even start. Weird, okay. This should now start. So as you see now, here we go, it's spawned. So as you see, you now have sirens. You now have lights. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. So, you know, just feel free to drive around, explore your server and stuff like that. When you're done with that, you know, just for my own liking, you don't have to do this, but alright, so, what we're gonna do now is, what we're gonna do, if your vehicles aren't starting, I would recommend putting your vehicles into a file or folder that is starting everything. That's what I would recommend if it's not starting, like what mine's doing right now. So again, you're welcome to explore your UP and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those folders here. Alrighty, and then final, we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna go ahead and get a nice little radio put in your server, and a good radio. We're gonna go ahead and get Sonoran Radio inside of your server. So what you need to do in order to do that, you need to type in Sonoran Radio. Just type in Sonoran Radio on your browser. You're gonna hit login. Make sure you're logged in. Damn it, I can't do that. Can I go back to the portal? Okay, good. What you're gonna do, you're gonna want to make a community. You know, just follow the steps. Once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and just follow the steps it tells you. Once you follow those steps, what you're gonna do, so you're gonna go here, right? Wait. No, you're gonna go here. Sorry, you're gonna go to Fivem integration. You're gonna go to manual install. You're gonna hit continue. Download Sonoran Radio for Fivem. It will then download Sonoran Radio for you. Here it is right here. You're gonna hit open file. You're gonna go ahead and hit on this with the brackets. then you're going to want to go ahead and put these inside of your scripts folder. Just like so. Put those in there for you. And then hit continue. You can configure this to your liking. You will need to go ahead and go back into your server CFG. Okay, so we're going to go back here to our main thing as we've been going back. Open your server CFG. Underneath the exact vMenu permissions, you need to go under here and go ahead and put exact sonoranradio.config, right? Hit save, and then you're done. Hit continue. You can go ahead and just hit continue again, and then boom, you're done. Sonoran Radio is now in your game, so we can go ahead and get a nice little radio in. Hit refresh. You're going to want to start Sonoran Radio and Sonoran Radio update helper. Okay, so now you have that in the game, you want to do /radio. And this should bring up Sonoran Radio. When you first logged in, it will ask you to log in, okay? We're not going to do that right now, because I don't know whose server I'm in right now, but I'll go ahead and hit unlink. Go ahead and hit link, hit visit site. Then it will prompt you with a login code. With the account you just created, you're gonna go ahead and hit your plan. The only handle you should have is patrol ops. Okay, good. And then now in the Sonoran Radio, Sonoran Radio, you can configure this, right? You can, just explore this on your own. As you see in game, it works.
Patrol ops.
So as you see, it works. Okay. So now, what you're going to go ahead and do is what I would recommend. We'll go ahead and get rid of all of this. What I recommend is when you create your vehicles, I recommend you put them into a category, right? Okay. Well, that's what I'm missing. I'm dumb. Okay. So after you put in the radio, right, now we're going to need a postal map for postals and shit, right? Good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to type in postal map. I'm just going to get postal map. So we're going to go ahead and hit postal map. This is the one that I use, so this is what you're going to use, okay? So make sure you download it.